These gems. So you know what? I think we need to change the perspective, Jay. I think protect and provide cannot be the definition. I think love and listen. I think black men. I think those like.
I feel like listening is a big thing.
But the first thing you gotta do, especially at least in a marriage, you gotta love. Like that's Love should be the priority, right?
Yeah, like you got that right too. Like love yourself first.
For your spouse and yourself, you gotta love your spouse, love yourself, and then you must learn to listen. And I think after everything, protect comes out of love, provide comes out of love.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I think that's key.
And if someone says you're protecting them incorrectly, be able to receive that.
Oh my goodness, there's so many more questions.
No, but for real, right?
We getting close to wrapping up. We getting close to
wrapping up. Oh man, it's getting good.
I know. But let me just what does protect incorrectly? What?
Yeah, what
expound on that as before we get into the quick hitters. Expound on protect incorrectly.
Yeah. So I do believe you're gonna hear me say this. I think it's specific to the person, right?
Okay.
So some women, talking in my experience, some women might really like a dude who's ready to punch somebody in the face just for looking at their booty. Right? It's like, we together, he looked at me, why you ain't sneaking? Like, what's wrong with you? Yeah. Right? Like, whatever. Yeah. But no, I think sometimes, and I'm not saying that these are the same, but because we talked about daughters, I'm gonna take it a step back. I think all parents, no matter your gender affiliation, struggle with protecting their child as they grow, right? It's easy until about that middle school. And that's why I said accepting your child as a sexual being. What do I mean? It's like, your daughter might want to have sex. And she might want to date somebody. Oh, Lord. And what that looks like is you can't show up at the door with a baseball bat.
But why not?
You can't.
You can't. Like,
that is a fantasy to do the
if she says that
bad boys to do the bad boys.
Now, mind you, it's good for her to know that you can, and it's good for her to know that you will. But if that makes it so, I'm sorry, I'm bringing this up. I love me some Iyanla, and she actually had that conversation with that black man who went viral for talking about like providing and protecting his children. His daughters were violated. I'll put that. I don't want to trigger people with using specific language, and they were afraid to tell him. And he was so frustrated, like, why didn't they tell me? They were afraid to tell him because they thought he would go do something crazy, and they didn't want violent, and they didn't want their daddy in jail.
Right.
So it's like you have this persona of protection to the point that your daughters don't trust you to tell you when things are going on that's crazy with them because they think you're going to jump to that level.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So right? It's about.
My goodness.
So it's the same. I think
that makes sense.
In marriage too, where it's like I can't tell him this is going on or this is going on. I have to fix it because if I tell him this, he's going to ask me why did I not say something when it happened? I was too scared, or I was in shock, or this and this, and I don't want somebody holding me to some standard that's like impossible. Right? It's like, so let me go fix this first, and then I'll tell him about it later.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what I think it looks like in some ways is if someone says, hey, you're protecting me to the point that I'm uncomfortable being vulnerable with you. Like, I'm afraid. And not afraid. I think sometimes, because of the way that black men get stereotyped, hearing that your partner is afraid of you feels like another violation. It feels like another type of, betrayal, honestly, right? And it's not I'm afraid that you, and sometimes in domestic violence situations it can be, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not afraid you're going to hit me. I'm not afraid. I'm emotionally afraid.
You're concerned that if I tell you gonna do something crazy. I'm looking out for you by not telling you.
And you will do it in the name of love, in the name of protection, and in the name of provision.
Right.
Because that is what you know. That's what you've been taught. You know above all else how to do that. But how to emotionally connect, how to be vulnerable, how to listen without jumping to the 100, you don't know how to do that yet. And the question is, like you were talking about with is this a cycle? It's not necessarily. It's the question is, do I want you to learn that on me? Like, am I in a position to be there? And what I've learned, I'm honest, like I love therapy. Black folk go to therapy. But our therapist told me, like, you do. Alexis, that is what a part of this commitment is. You have to be willing to let him learn on you, with you, and hold him to a standard that doesn't allow him to go off the rails.
You know, I've been seeing this a lot online on Instagram. Everybody be like, you gotta come to me with everything fixed. Don't come to me with the emotional
I've
this
seen
and
that
that. I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's
fam,
part of what I'm talking about.
it's like, how you gonna get in how you gonna be in a relationship then? Because if that's the case, you're never gonna be in a relationship.
And you can be in a relationship. It's just the type of relationship you're in. And that's the problem. Oftentimes people are in those types of relationships, which you just described, and then turn around and get hurt when they find out that their partner is emotionally tighter with their friends or emotionally tighter with their family. And it's like, well, how come you don't tell me that? You said you want me to come to you with everything fixed. These are the people who helped me fix it.
Wow.
It ain't you.
Goodness. Oh my goodness.
Oh. Oof.
Bro, all right. Oh man, this
that was a jump.
Hey bro. Woo,